Hey, Matt here, and this is Killer Kyle, and welcome to another episode of Wheels of Fury.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do a continuation of look back at year series 1995.
Yes, and today we are talking about WCW World War III. The overall concept was a combination of the Royal Rumble and War Games.
Yes.
You had 3 rings, you had a whole bunch of superstars in each ring. You eliminate your opponent by throwing him over the top rope. Last one left was world champion.
Yes.
I'm not sure if it was the case for all of them. I think it was.
Yeah, and it's funny, yeah. Because there were some matches, obviously,
Yeah.
in there, and then, of course, they all competed in the Battle Royal for the world title, so... Yeah, this was actually really cool, because in the beginning, you had interviews with, Johnny B. Bad, and Hulk Hogan, and The Giant, basically, and a lot of others, right? So,
Yeah.
it was actually really cool to watch. Not being somebody who grew up watching WCW, this was pretty fucking amazing to watch, because you, like Kyle said, it was the Royal Rumble meets War Games. But you had, 3 rings. One ring here, one ring on the left, and one ring on the right. And that was unique in itself, you know. Usually War Games, it's 2 rings.
Yeah.
But this was pretty interesting. Kind of reminds me, though, of, FCW, when you had Steve Curran on the show. And I think there's a few stories of 3 ring, challenge or whatever the hell it was.
Right.
But anyways, yeah. This was a really good show, and I mean, we talk about ECW with the international flair of Mexico and Japan. WCW was exactly the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah, Japan had a lot of Japanese stars compete for them. I think a lot of it was maybe Pro Wrestling Noah
yeah.
or All Japan. I think actually it was All Japan. I don't think Pro Wrestling Noah had did anything with WCW. I'm pretty sure it was All Japan.
Yeah.
And they had a women's match that had Bull Mancano,
Yes.
which is fairly interesting. Of course, we know her history with the WWF.
Mm-hmm.
So seeing her in WCW as a Japanese competitor,
Yeah.
I don't know how many times she wrestled in WCW, because I know she didn't really have a full run. She wasn't really ever signed with WCW. It was just she would do appearances through WCW, and I think it was, like I said, it was All Japan Pro Wrestling, I think.
Yeah.
And yeah,
So,
this might have even taken place in Japan. I'm not positive.
yeah, I'm not quite sure, but let's get to it.
You.
Yeah, so this event taking place in the home of Fred Armisen, Norfolk, Virginia. Japan looked pretty close. It did look like the Tokyo Dome
Right.
in a way, so it's a very nice, I guess, stadium. I'm not sure,
Right.
but yeah. Anyways, our first match, we got Johnny B. Bad versus Diamond Dallas Page for the World Television Championship.
Yeah. Of course, you had the Diamond Doll in Diamond Dallas Page, Diamond Dallas Page's corner, who of course was Kimberly.
Yeah.
It would turn out that the Diamond Doll would turn on Paige and, well, maybe not turn on her, but leave with Johnny B. Bad.
Yeah. Yeah, that was interesting. And I mean, this match was very cool too. They both put on a very good match. There was one point where you had a reversal of the pile driver.
Right.
And yeah, basically, Johnny B. Bad won. And I mean, it's one of those things too where it's like, I'm not sure if they used all three rings in this match, but you could see in the next match explore the space a lot more. But
Yeah.
yeah, and I mean, this is Diamond Dallas Page at his best, at
Right.
his prime, I guess. I mean, he started in his late 30s
Yeah.
as a wrestler. Of course, he was a manager in the 80s. He managed Scott Hall,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and so, I mean, to go from AWA to WCW and, yeah, basically become a wrestler later in life,
Yeah.
yeah, he still was one of the best. And I mean, even today, you look at him with the DDP yoga.
Mm-hmm.
The guy looks in fucking phenomenal shape in
Oh,
his
yeah.
60s.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Absolutely. And go on to a Champ Fist match with Big Bubba Rogers and Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
oh,
Yeah. Now, these matches were very minimal. They didn't happen very often. There was this match that happened in World War III, and then when we were talking about, was it Halloween Havoc? I think. It was a taped fist match with Duggan, and it was in another review we did.
yeah.
And I don't think, yeah, like, WCW didn't have very many of these particular types of matches. Like, they had stipulation matches, like we talked about Carson City Silver Dollar match. They had the, I think they only ever did it once, Tower of Terror.
Yeah.
They did the Coal Miner's Glove match. They did several others. Taped Fist was a rarity that they did matches like that.
Yeah.
And to me, it seemed like the overall premise was like you tape your fist, you go into the ring, have a match, probably knock your opponent out, and that was it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, you have, of course, Duggan doing his football tackle to Bubba, and then, of course,
Yeah.
somehow Mike Rotunda, or Wall Street, I guess, at the time,
Yeah.
came sneaking down to the aisle, distracting Duggan.
Wall Street came out with rubbing a chainer on his fist,
Yeah.
and he's trying to be sneaky, even though he can, see him plain as day, basically. Gets up on the apron, like he's gonna clog Duggan with a chainer on his fist. Duggan grabs the 2x4 off the canvas, hit Wall Street in the gut with his 2x4. He falls down to the floor, and then Baba got hold of the chain and hit Duggan, and maybe pinned him.
Yeah, and there was a point too where Bubba was even caught between the turnbuckles from both rings.
It was the post.
Well, whatever. Yeah.
Very interesting dynamic the WCW had with these World War events, pay-per-views.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about it too was it was like a grudge match conclusion or whatever we want. It wasn't ever anything like, oh, you win this match, you get a shot at a title, or you become number one contender. It was just because, like I said, you tape your fist up and you beat each other up, wrestle each other, and then that. Thank you.
Pretty much, yeah. versus Akira. It's got Sonny Ono in the corner too.
Yeah, it was a tag team match with Bull Nakano and Akira Hokuto, I believe.
Yeah.
Against Mayumi Ozaki and Cute Suzuki.
Yeah. And again, another one of these matches that, Japanese exports from All Japan or whatever. And, we talk about Bull Nakano, who wrestled a lot in WWF, WCW. I'm not sure if she wrestled anywhere else in America, but
yeah,
just one of the best wrestlers in Japan. You take into consideration. I don't know too much about the others, but yeah, Bull Nakano was basically, she could have stayed in WWF for a while longer. Hell, she could have became women's champion.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. Bull and Akira ended up getting the victory. Yeah, so. But no, this was a good match because you had, at one point, it was gonna be like a double suplex.
Yeah, it was like a double superplex out of the corner, and Bull pulled down Ozaki and Suzuki, and then Akira came off and did like a missile drop kick or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, this match was pretty cool. We got Kensuke Sasaki versus Chris Benoit. And holy shit. This was a really good match. And I mean, you look at Benoit, he was somebody who had a lengthy career in Japan as well.
Yeah.
Wrestling under the Pegasus Kid.
Pegasus Kid, Wild Pegasus.
Yes. But this match was very cool, and you got all these wrestling holds. You have basically, it was just an all-out war.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Sasaki ended up winning the match, and yeah, basically, what was this for?
The United States Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, so he became the United States champion, which interesting. But again, you have a guy like Benoit who was still relatively young and could move much better than, I've seen him wrestle. Basically, he wrestled on the outside too.
Yeah.
Just the different styles from these two guys. But obviously, the Japanese influence. It almost seemed like it could be, a show that they would put on in All Japan or Noah or New Japan or whatever.
Yeah.
MLW or MZW, whatever that one's called.
Yeah, MCW.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, it was a good match.
Yeah, they've had Sonny Ono quite a few times on this show.
Yeah.
He was with the women. He was with Sasaki.
Yep.
Well, at least twice in division. Then they got a match with Luger and Savage.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, this match. Yeah, this was pretty cool as well. Here you take two guys that just got into WCW from WWF a year prior. Well, actually no, Luger came in, I'm sure, a few months before that at the mall.
It was the very first episode of Nitro when they were in the Mall of America. Yeah. That's when and it was like Luger had just finished up his contract with WWF, maybe month or two prior to going over to WCW. And then he debuted with Mall America for the very first episode of Nitro, and yeah, it went from there.
But this was a good match, obviously. I keep saying that, but he got Luger on the outside giving the torture rack to Savage, and, you know, the Jimmy Hart's like, I gotta get him in the ring, gotta get him. By the way, how fucking annoying was the megaphone? Jesus Christ.
That's one thing that was as common for Jimmy Hart as Freddie Blassie's Kane.
Oh, God, yeah.
Or the Urn, Paul Bear, or whatever else you want to throw in there.
Yeah, for sure. And less annoying, but
Yeah, Savage and a torch rock on the outside.
yeah.
Put him in the ring and grabbed him in like a fucking top wrist lock, whatever the fuck.
Right.
And the referee's lifting up. It's like, the fuck are you doing? You're not gonna fucking pass out from a fucking armhole, for Christ's sake.
No.
He passed out on the outside of the damn torture rack, and instead of Luger rocking him again, he fucking just grabbed his arm and... Anyways, Luger got the win, and yeah, whatever.
Yeah, and I mean, you look at this, you know, it's kind of, you know, like, Randy Savage has wrestled in WCW much longer, I guess the same amount of time he wrestled in WWF. Like, he started in what, 86, 85?
Something like that.
And, you know, left in 94. And he wrestled from 94 to 99 or whatever the fuck. You know, whenever the fucking doors closed. And and whatever. He wrestled then, and then he left, I don't know why. But anyways. Yeah, could he have stayed in WWF? Sure. That would have been cool. You know, if it wasn't for this.
Yeah.
You know? And and there's that, and you gotta take into consideration that WWF was doing a new era.
Yeah.
They needed younger guys. I mean, yeah, Bret Hart wasn't that young, but he was young enough, obviously. But, yeah.
Yeah.
You put the guy behind the commentating desk, and he's a wrestler, you know. Basically, they're gonna fuck off somewhere else.
Like, Randy did a very good job at commentary.
Yeah.
It was just he, you know, really wanted to get back in the ring. And Vince was like, no, we're focusing on the younger generation, the younger talent. You're essentially too old, and, you know, that rubbed Randy the wrong way. And Randy was like, I'll see you later.
Yeah. Shows up on WCW, and they're about to record Raw, and he looks at fucking Jerry Lawler and goes, hey, can you do commentary tonight? So, I mean, but yeah, this was cool, and I think that it's a shame that Randy passed away when he did, because
Yeah.
I'm sure he would have made a bigger comeback in WWE.
Yeah.
And you know, that whole teaser with the video game was just like, you know, it's like it was taken from us way too soon.
Yeah.
So, and then you look at Lex Luger as well, and you know, here's a guy that had a little controversy in himself, especially with Elizabeth, and then having the spine stroke and ending up in a wheelchair and losing all his muscle mass and whatever. So, and it's one of those things where it's bittersweet, because you saw what those guys were and to now what these guys used to be.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, Lex Luger ended up winning, but of course this wouldn't be the end for the Macho Man, as we'll get to by the end of it.
Yeah. And then we'll go on to match with Stinger and Ric Flair.
Yeah. We got the Woo! Versus Ah!
Close enough.
Yeah. These two have had some fucking battles.
Oh yeah.
A decade's worth. Fuck.
Oh yeah.
You know, and it's kind of interesting looking at Ric Flair at 70 fucking 3 years old.
Yeah.
Wrestling Jay Lethal, and it's like, could you imagine going to AEW? Like, Sting's still there.
Yeah.
You know, and he's back. Like, I put my foot in my mouth because obviously I didn't think Sting had it no more. But guys diving off the fucking,
Oh, I know.
you know, stage and like. But no, you have these guys wrestle in WCW and TNA Impact Wrestling. I think if Ric Flair stayed in WWF in 2015 when Sting showed up, then
Could have done something with that there.
What's that?
Could have done something with that.
Well, yeah, for sure, yeah. So I mean, I don't see it happening anytime soon, but they again had some very nice battles, and this match was pretty cool as well.
Oh yeah. Like I said, Sting and Flair had some legendary battles against each other. Sting is up there with the top rivals of Ric Flair.
Yeah,
Like Sting, Steamboat, Harley Race, Dusty Rhodes.
yes, yes. Well, even Randy Savage.
Oh yeah, Randy Savage, yeah.
Randy Savage, Hulk Hogan.
Mm-hmm.
You could have had a match with Hogan and Flair early in WWF. Imagine that, the WWF champion versus the world champion. I mean, they pixelated the title for fuck's sakes.
Yeah,
But still, that would have been cool.
yeah.
Instead, you gotta wait till fucking 2002 when you watch the match. You know,
That wasn't 2002, that was like 2000 fucking
oh yeah, that was Impact.
16? 17? Whatever the
Yeah.
fuck it was.
Nah, that was earlier, 2010.
Right,
Impact Wrestling, it doesn't
Yeah.
really matter because it was the shit. But I mean, yeah, it's kind of like this match, you know, and you look at Sting and just the fucking career he's had.
Oh yeah.
Going from the California type wrestler with the makeup, you know, and I said this before, I remember going to Zellers when it was open, and, you know, being a little kid, and going to the toy section, and thinking, for some reason, that the Ultimate Warrior was Sting.
The thing about it is, yeah, in the early part of Sting's career,
Yeah.
in like WCW, Warrior's face paint and Sting's face paint were they were different, but they were also very similar at the same time.
And then you look forward, yeah, and then years later, looking into the Blade Runners.
Yep.
And so, I mean, that's pretty cool. This match, yeah, that was very good. And, you know, I believe there was a part where Flair was going to get counted out. Of course, he managed to get inside the ring. Sting, the Scorpion Deathlock on Flair to get the win.
Yeah.
So, again, these battles that these men had, you know, just kind of, you know, it's one of the dreams that you would see AEW have Ric Flair come into
Mhm.
and have last match with Sting. Fuck, these guys had the last WCW match.
Yeah.
And so that's pretty cool in itself.
Mhm.
But yeah, as much as I'm not a Ric Flair fan, nor was I ever, I'm probably more than Hogan, but I mean, he was that good in the ring.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
You may have a negative opinion of Ric Flair personally, let's say, but you have to respect what that man did for this business. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That man, is without a doubt one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah, you got that right. And now you got the 60-man battle royal for the World Heavyweight title.
Yeah, the vacant world title at the time.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how that happened, but...
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
Anyways, this was very cool. A lot of guys that were in previous matches and other guys that wrestled as well.
Yeah, you had Flair, I'm sure you had Luger, you had, of course, Randy Savage, Sting, I believe. Pretty much everybody that was on the card initially ended up in the main event match, we'll call it.
Right.
And a lot of other people as well. This is very interesting. In the end, here's the funny thing. At the end, you got, here's your winner, Randy Savage, your world champion. Randy's strapping the belt on himself, and Hulk Hogan's like, and I didn't get eliminated. I was pulled under the bottom rope by whoever the hell he said. But Savage ended up being the last one left, eliminating the one-man gang.
Yeah, imagine that, the one-man gang in WCW.
Yeah.
It just goes to show you how fucking that Terry Bollea could be. Okay, you got eliminated under the ring. It fucking happens. Okay, let's go a year after this in WWF Royal Rumble. Fucking Steve Austin gets eliminated by Bret Hart without the referee paying attention, so he doesn't know. And then, of course, Steve Austin ends up eliminating Bret Hart to win the 1996 Royal Rumble. So, this shit happens. And I don't give a fuck who you are. You take your loss like a fucking man. He gets into the ring and he's like trying to talk to Mean Gene and all that other shit. You lost the fucking match. You suck it up and you kick the showers. Macho Man Randy Savage won the world title for the first time, I'm sure, and that's the end of it. End of story. And you know what? That's awesome. I'm glad to see that happen. It's one of those things where you have to look at, okay, the referee probably didn't see him get slid out of the ring by whoever it was. But it was almost like you take the loss like a fucking man. Randy Savage won. It's just like WrestleMania 5. Hulk Hogan beat Macho Man for the WWF title. So, was there any bitching and moaning? Nope. Because Randy took it like a fucking man. It's one of those things where, you have to ask yourself why. And there's one of the reasons why I've never been a fan of Hulkamania or whatever. Maybe it's kind of stupid, but that's the way I see it. Regardless, actually, this was a really good battle royal. Like I said in the beginning of the video, you had 3 rings to go from.
It often amazes me how people can take something and, twist it and spin it, make it their own thing, and, you know, I'm right and all this other stuff. Because Hogan had a legit beef. He gets pulled under the bottom rope. He's not eliminated. He's still in the match. And then they say, oh, Randy's the last one in. Randy wins the world title, but if Hogan's not eliminated, that means he's still in the match, which means it should have been, more than likely, Randy and Hogan as the final two, or the final three should have been Savage, Hogan, and whoever the fuck it was that pulled Hogan out of the ring, out of the bottom rope. And then, you know, if Savage won, fine. If Savage deserved it. Or if Hogan won, he deserved it too. Or if whoever the fuck else won it, they deserve it. Not taking it away from what happened. What I'm saying is, for this, they had that controversy.
And I agree, they should have restarted the damn match, but they didn't. I don't know if it was because they were running out of time or what. And it's the referee's fault for not paying attention.
Yeah.
You know? So I understand that part of it. But again, you lost, you take it like a man, get the fuck out of the ring. But whatever, it is what it is. But overall, actually, this was a good pay-per-view. And I mean, you look at what was to come over the years, and we've done a lot of WCW pay-per-views, and just, you know, go have Sting as the surfer, California guy, but he wasn't a surfer, whatever, and the Crow Sting, and then you have NWO a year later, and then, yeah, basically, this was the starting point to all of that, in a way. You know, the invasion of Scott Hall and Kevin Nash of the Outsides. And I mean, this was a good time for WCW, and it's a shame for myself that I never watched it as a kid. But I mean, that was the way it was, and that's unfortunate. I was obviously more of a WWF guy, and even back in 1995, I became a casual fan, so I didn't watch it that much. But when I watch this pay-per-view, it blows me away on how much I missed out on.
Yeah, exactly.
But
oh yeah, WCW was a great product. It was. You had a lot of the big names in it that, of course, we've talked about many times. You know, your go Johnny Bad, Darren Dallas Page, Jim Duggan, Big Baba Rogers, Bull Nancano, Elizabeth Luger, Savage, Flair, Sting, Hogan, and you know, Dean Malenko, Rey Mysterio, Chris Jericho, Eddie Guerrero, Perry Saturn, Raven, Billy Kidman. The list goes on and on and on.
yeah. Well, yeah, oh, for sure. And I mean, you got Tony Schiavone and Bobby Heenan. And it's like, it's cool because, you know, just as much as the wrestlers, yeah, guys like Bobby Heenan and Mean Gene Okerlund jump ship as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, that's the Monday Night Wars right there. You know?
Yeah.
It's kind of like, and all it is about, you know, money. And that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what happens, and, you know, yeah, that's another argument for another time.
Yeah.
Anyways, well, this has been another episode of Wheels of Fury. Look back at Year Series.
Yeah.
1995. So the next time we do this, we're gonna look at In Your House, 1995. Yeah. WWF.
Yeah.
And the main event was Psycho Sid Justice versus Diesel.
Yeah.
So, that'll
Psycho
be,
Sid Vicious Justice.
yeah. So, stay tuned for that. I mean, that's gonna, again, be put on the back burner a little bit, I think. I don't know.
It'll have to wait a little bit because we got Forbidden Door coming up.
Yep.
We got Double or Nothing coming up. There's. Well, that's not till a little bit later. We got Hell in a Cell and Money in the Bank. That's June and July.
Yep.
For May at least, you got. I know Double or Nothing is the 29th. The Forbidden Door is. I think it's a week before, maybe something like that. So both are fairly close together. Double or Nothing is the end of May, and Forbidden Door is pretty close as well. Maybe the beginning of June. I'm not sure, but yeah.
I'll look it up. But yeah. Yeah, June's coming up. Fuck. Anyways.
I know. It seems like we just started the year and we're already almost halfway through the fucking thing already.
It just goes by like that.
Yep.
So, anyways, for me and Matt, this is Killer Kyle. Wheels of Fury. This isn't goodbye. This is see you later.
Peace.
Deuces.